Greetings, folks. Day 28 of the two-legged donkey derby race to the Áras update. Well, the presidential election is a disgrace. An absolute disgrace, folks. I excuse the candidates personally. The disgrace is not theirs. The real culprits are backstage. The shadowy script writers and directors of this farce who have turned the Irish presidency into a pantomime, casting half-prepared performers in roles that they've never rehearsed. The presidency is not a parish raffle or a beauty contest for tired politicians. It is a role of orality, of speaking well, truthfully, proudly, and a voice that carries the nation's dignity, culture and conscience to the world. It is a role, folks, that demands intellect, imagination, sympathy, empathy and eloquence. Instead, we've been handed a pair of cardboard cut-out donkeys, one mumbling in monotone while the other reciting the national prayer of Fine Gael. I believe in nothing but myself and the party line. Folks, we deserve better. The delivery truck driver stuck on the M50 deserves better. The mother at the empty bus stop deserves better. And the farmer waiting for a break in rain deserves better. Instead, we've been served the stale leftovers of a political kitchen long past its sell-by date. Micheál Martin, the magician who pulled Big Jim Gavin from his top hat like a rabbit that refused to hop. Then Fine Gael drove to Monaghan in panic to flatter Heather Humphreys into running. The same Heather who once said she was too tired to run for another Dáil term, but somehow found the stamina to sprint for the Áras once Simon Harris whispered sweet nonsense about destiny. Heather, to her credit, has said she makes it very clear that she's never made money out of people's misfortune. Very noble, though perhaps Heather might clarify how her first cousin Teresa allegedly got a council house from Longford County Council within hours of separating from her partner, while 200 families were still on the waiting list in Longford. I've asked Blaheen in Longford County Council for the records under the data access request, but the silence could be heard from Knocknagoshel to Kells. Meanwhile, Catherine Connolly, better known as the woke white witch of the West, has been playing her cello of contrition, a long, low moan about suffering, sprinkled with feminist fairy dust and the occasional Dáil quote. Fine Gael now call her a hypocrite for representing banks as a barrister during the crash. Catherine hits back and says it's a very new low. They're both right. The entire campaign is now a new low. And we're all down in the ditch with them watching this donkey derby. And while our establishment hacks trade barbs out about making money out of misfortune, a real tragedy unfolds. A 17-year-old Ukrainian boy has been murdered in a Tulsa-run emergency placement, unregulated, unmonitored and unsafe. The system is collapsing under the weight of its own reckless virtue signalling. Adults pretending to be children, children disappearing from care, contractors paid 43 million euros to mind ghosts. And we were warned years ago about Tulsa itself that some of them are not children. Britain has started using AI to test the age of asylum seekers. Ireland, meanwhile, still uses the sure he looks young enough method. When the truth catches up with us, as it always does, it will be too late. Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael have reduced now the presidential election to a choice between she's not her and she's not the other one. That's not democracy. That's political despair. So here's my Kerry advice to the county. Spoil your vote, and to the country. Spoil your vote. Write enough across it. Draw a donkey. Draw 2 lines on it. Write in Enoch Burke for president. Write in Donald Trump. Write in Hibernia's Rising. Make your mark, literally, because a spoiled vote is not a wasted one. It's a shout from the ditch that the people are awake again. The wild geese are returning home to Ireland, And they're forming a new movement, a new party, and a new Hibernia under Captain Kieran Kelly's watch. And we're taking our country back with wisdom and pride and intellect. So to Micheál Martin and his magicians, to the woke white witch of the West, to the weary woman Heather from Monaghan, we say the stage lights are dimming, the curtain is closing, and the audience is leaving. Ireland's next act begins when the donkeys stop dancing. Remember, your voice is your spoilt vote. So I'm now asking you to make your voice count by spoiling your vote this Friday. And for anyone that doesn't want and feel that they don't want to get out and vote, please get off your armchairs, go out and spoil your vote, because your voice will count when these spoiled votes are counted. Gura Míle Maith Agaibh.